Alrighty, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Degenerate Disseminators podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, joined by co-host Daniel. As you can see, if you guys were here from our last episode, we are back in the comfort of our own
We made
homes.
it.
We made it back
We made
safely, somehow, some way. Um, we also rounded out the weekend. Saturday's picks went 3-1. So I had some personal plays for the NFL today. Went 3-0. Um, not gonna lie, guys, between all the travel and stuff, I'm really not 100% sure what the podcast record was. I know we only did Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Um, but I think it was similar to last week. We maybe went like one into the green. Yeah, I don't have the notes unfortunately. Um, but I know Monday we went what one and two, and then Thursday we went even.
Yeah,
I think we went two and two,
thanks. So.
and then 3-1 on Saturday. So
hmm
I think we're in the green. Sorry if I got that wrong, but it's been a very crazy 72 hours for us here at DD headquarters. Before we jump into
So
picks, before we jump into picks, once again, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at DD Sports Podcast. We'll be giving out free picks on there on days we don't upload a podcast. And yeah, here for another Monday episode. Daniel, how we feeling?
terrible, like really bad.
But
Not good.
aren't you so happy to be home though?
I'm excited to be home.
Yes,
This
exactly.
pick I have is gonna shatter my heart, though.
Yeah. Um, Busy Monday, as you guys know. Monday's a busy day for us here. Five picks coming at you. We have two Monday night football games, which I'm stoked for. Very happy. Um, I'm gonna dive into those first really quick, Daniel, if you don't mind, and then I'll kick it over to you for hockey, and then I'll wrap it up with basketball. First game we're looking at here is gonna be the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. We saw this game less than a month ago, in Chicago. It's coming to Minnesota now. Um, we saw this game. It was a Minnesota win, 30-27. They were also laying 2.5 point favorites, so they did cover that spread in that win. This game did go to overtime, but only three of those 57 points were in that overtime period. So they covered the spread regardless in regulation. Um, the Bears also haven't won a game since this game. They haven't been winning much this season. Uh, not doing a good job over there. Could be the players. Could be the coaching, as we saw in the Lions game. I just think they just got a lot of stuff to work on overall. But we do see the Vikings continuing to be a dominant force in the entire league. They still have that 11-2 record. Really good. Um, I think the Vikings take this win. Keep it plain and simple. For this game, I believe they are catching 6.5 points as favorites. Let me just double check really quick. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, so 6.5. Personally, that's just a high number for me, considering we did see this game be decided by 3 points in the first meeting. However, the over is only sitting at 44, which I think is kind of low considering that hit, uh, plus some extra credit in this first game. Um, so I think they get it done. There's not really many like injury concerns or anything like that on either side. Um, I know the Bears are missing some depth in their running back slot going into this game, but in this first matchup they weren't really used. It was a very pass heavy game on both sides of the ball for both teams. Let me see here. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, the Vikings are good. Chicago has a lot of stuff to work on. If you want to take the 6.5, could hit maybe. I don't know. Um, but I just think that the Vikings have too much on offense for these Bears here. But as we saw in this first game, the Bears are capable of scoring. So I think the over 44, pretty easy bet. Saw it hit already. So first official play of the week. Give me the Bears at the Vikings. We'll take the ovary, sick. Over 44 points for 1.1 units. I actually have a second bet for this game. In this first matchup, Caleb Williams, he was throwing that thing. 340 yards on 47 pass attempts. Uh, like I said, we are missing some running backs here, but I don't think they were going to be used anyway. They know that they can score on this team in there. I think they're going to try it again. The Vikings are ranked 29th in defending against the pass. So they're not good. They're giving up a lot of yards per game. They're giving up more than a Caleb Williams line sitting at a. I caught it at 218.5, but as I was picking this bet, the line changed like every second. It shot up to like 222 at a point, and then it came back down and then went back up. Um, if it's anything in that range, I think you're still good. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure the Vikings are going to make some adjustments, given that this game was just played less than a month ago. But when you're putting up 340 yards, they're not going to slow him down by like 120 yards. I feel like I think this will be a relatively easy hit for him. Give me Caleb Williams over 218 and a half passing yards for 1.15 units, and then Daniel, the floor is yours for your hockey pick.
All right, guys. Very heartbreaking bet for today, at least for me. As a Panthers fan, sometimes you got to look at your team and be like, hey, they're not winning this game. Now, I've got Oilers minus 1.5 at plus 165 for this game. Panthers have been shut out in their last two. They just can't find the back of the net. Blows my mind. Not sure how, but it's happened against the Canucks and the Flames. These Canada teams are really kicking them. They're really kicking their asses, kind of bad. So, yeah, Oilers minus 1.5 kind of sucks to say. I do think it'll hit. And for the side bet today, don't have odds for this, but McDavid over half an assist. I mean, guy's got 8 assists in his last 5 games. Unless the Panthers lock in, like they were during the Stanley Cup Finals last year.
For part of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Part of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Maybe a few of those games, not so much.
Yeah, and they've been playing recently like they were in those in Game 4, 5, and 6. Just really bad all around. Can't have no firepower, can't find the back of the net. You get a lot of shots on goal, but you can't aim that puck right. Shit's not gonna go in. So hopefully they pull it together. I mean, for my own sake, but as far as you guys go, I think Oilers minus 1.5 is probably a safe bet, and at plus 165, I'd say it's a steal almost.
Yeah, it's cheap. We're only putting 0.6 units on this one, so
yeah, so very cheap bet, very somewhat risky, but I think it's probably got a good chance of hitting. So
yeah, and I'm sure I'm sure the narrative of the revenge is going to play a factor here, especially on home ice.
I wrote that down here. Oilers are obviously on home ice, lost to the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. This is their first matchup since then, and Oilers have been on fire recently, only losing 2 games out of their last 10. All the while beating pretty good teams like the Lightning, Golden Knights, Avalanche, and I can't imagine these teams being nice to each other, at least when they get on the ice. And with the way the Panthers are playing right now, it's not looking pretty. So
yeah, I think this is going to be a very tough road environment. If this was a home game, I would say probably stay away from the 1.5. But
yeah,
every time the Panthers get the puck, they're not going to be able to hear anything. They're just going to be getting booed all 3 periods till that final horn goes off.
That, and also, it takes a real blow to your confidence when you get shut out in a hockey game.
Yeah.
And that happening twice in a row is, not good.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a good spot for the Panthers to, bounce back. But I just think this is a tough spot for them overall.
I really don't see them winning this game, to be honest with you. And by losing by 1 even, I mean, they haven't even been able to score a goal in 2 games. So
yeah,
they're not going to be scoring a lot, at least.
But
not in my opinion. So yeah, Oilers minus 1.5 plus 165. Take it, I'd say. Good money there. Now I'm gonna swing the rock over to Jordan.
So we're not throwing off Florida teams to the side here, guys. We have the Miami Heat taking on the Pistons. It is a road game, but Heat have been in very impressive form. Looked a little shaky to start out the season. However, Coach Spoelstra is doing his thing. He has set an amazing starting lineup. I know at some point last week before the NBA Cup game started, they were ranked number 1 in plus minus with this new lineup, winning 4 out of the last 5 and beating some good teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Phoenix Suns. Can't say the same about the Pistons. They will be playing this game without Tobias Harris. These teams have already played twice this year. It's split 1-1 right now. The game that the Pistons won, they had Tobias Harris in that game, and he dropped 18 points. So pretty significant output. I think he will, going to be a factor, him not being there. And also the Heat are just on a tear right now. They've won four straight. I think they go for a fifth here on the road. Uh, both teams are well rested. They haven't played a game since the 12th. I think the Heat run away with this game. They take it. They take the lead early. We just have too many options. Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. They're just not going to have what it takes on defense to stop them. The over is sitting at like 218, I think. If you want to take it, I'm not against it. Let me just double check. It's at 218. Yeah, 218. Heat have been doing a lot better offensively, and we know that the Pistons can score. I'm just personally not taking it, but if you want to, go ahead. But the Heat are only catching 4.5 points here for the spread. I think that's too little. I see this being a double-digit win with this lineup and how they've been playing in these last 5 games. So we're redeeming ourselves for fading the Panthers. Give me the Miami Heat at a -4.5 for 1.15
Let's
units.
go.
Yes.
We love the Heat,
Yes.
baby.
Just a quick recap. We have the Bears at the Vikings. Give me the over 44 points for 1.1 units. Um, Caleb Williams over on passing yards for 218.5 yards at 1.15 units. Oh, Sorry, guys. I'm stupid. I did mention that there was two Monday Night Football games, and I just totally forgot to mention the other one. um, so yeah, Falcons at Raiders. My apologies. I totally did my notes out of order, but really quick. You really don't even look at the stats here. The Raiders are already out of playoff contention. They're 2-11. Um, Falcons did drop down a spot in the playoff race due to the Cardinals win today. They're sitting at 6-7 on the year. Both teams are 5-8 ATS this season, which isn't great, but yeah, the Raiders just are not going to be able to stop this passing offense of the Falcons. Max Crosby isn't playing. He's really the only player that seems to care on this team, and their quarterback AOC is listed as questionable. Even if he does play, I just don't think they have what it takes to keep this a close game. Line sitting at 5.5. I think you should take it. The Raiders have lost by more than that margin in 4 of their last 5 games, with that one time they didn't being against the Chiefs. So I really don't think that counts because everyone's had a close game with the Chiefs this year, unfortunately. So yeah, I think Kirk Shiesty and the fellas get it done on the road in Vegas. So with the final pick, give me the Falcons at -5.5 for 1.1 units. Alrighty, now we're officially done with picks. So we'll
Right.
respin the recap. Over 44 points for the Bears at Vikings, 1.1 units. Caleb Williams over 218.5 passing yards for 1.15 units. The Falcons -5.5 taking on the Raiders at 1.1 units. The Heat at -4.5 for 1.15 units. And then we do have this nice little Oilers at -1.5, sitting at +165 for just a little sprinkle of 0.6 units. We have a nice little even 5 units on the day. We ended last week strong. I think we keep it going. And any other side bets you got for today, Daniel? Or I don't know if is the NHL slate that busy tomorrow, or is this all we're 3 games?
Well, let me check. Yeah, we have 3 games. Capitals at Stars, and Avalanche at Canucks. I would say, if anything, Stars money line, Canucks money line are probably really safe bets. They are probably favorited anyways, so I don't have the odds on the NHL app, unfortunately.
The Canucks are actually sitting at +115.
Really,
Yeah,
that's interesting. Against the Avs,
could be a
the
nice
Avs
little
just fixed their
two-leg parlay.
goaltending issue. So honestly, I mean, it's probably going to be a close game, but Canucks have been pretty good this year. Avalanche, I mean, their offense is really, really insane, but their defense has not been all that. And then, obviously the goaltending, but they just got rid of Georgiev, so we might see a return of, great Avalanche hockey. But, yeah, for me, I would say, honestly, Canucks money line is probably the way to go there.
Sick.
But, yeah, so, I mean, that's really all I got
All
as
right.
far as hockey.
Well, busy day tomorrow. We're still back-to-back winning weeks in December. Last week wasn't as impressive, but it happens. We're gonna kick the ball off. That's not what I meant to say. We're gonna kick this week off right. Get this ball rolling with 5 picks. We're gonna go 5 for 5. I already feel it. The slate is too good. But yeah, we'll catch you guys probably for Thursday night football.
All right. Bye, guys.